ProPublica recently did a great investigation into the number of schools in New York City that have surveillance programs and TSA-style security screenings that seem a little questionable. So let me give you the details on that. ProPublica found that almost as many New York City students run the gauntlet of X-ray machines each day as pass through the scanners at a busy Miami International Airport. And the procedure is numbingly similar. Students must remove belts, shoes, and sometimes bobby pins as the wait stretches as long as an hour, okay? So think about that. I mean, we don't like flying for that reason. We have to deal with the security lines, and these students have to deal with it on a daily basis. Now, students at more than 236 New York City schools are required to pass through metal detectors. The metal detectors were first installed in the early 1990s when crime rates were much higher and have stayed in place even as crime in the public school has fallen 48% over the past 10 years. Crime in schools in the last year alone has fallen, though, 11%, according to the New York Police Department.
What a great message with the worst logic I've ever seen. The logic here is we put in metal detectors, the crime has gone down. Why do we still have metal detectors?
Crime is no longer an issue at public schools, obviously.
Whoever wrote this, please focus on the psychological toll of going into school the way you go into prison or worse, an airport.
Yes. Okay, so I'm a little torn on this story. I'm going to keep it real.
I feel the same way. I don't know what to do.
I know.
I don't want kids getting hurt unless they're being rude to me.
There's a fundamental issue in this country pertaining to gun violence, just violence in general. And I completely understand the fear that administrators, educators, and even some students have when it comes to being on a campus and dealing with people that might be armed, right? You never know. Someone might take their parent's gun and show up to school and there could be a shooting. Look, yesterday I was at a basketball game. I was watching Clippers versus Heat.
I saw it. You look like you're having a great time.
I was enjoying myself.
Yeah. A little aloof.
Clippers did well. The thing that kind of stood out to me, and this is the kind of country we're living in right now, and I don't know if I'm overly paranoid, I was looking around and I realized, oh my God, there's so many...
Are there any Muslims?
No, I did not think that. There are so many people here right now, and if somebody wanted to cause serious harm, they could easily do it. And then I remembered that I had to walk through a metal detector and that it's very unlikely that anyone in that stadium is armed at all, right?
And then you get on a train in New York to go to Philly, and you just walk on that thing.
It's just interesting.
And you're like, this is also a mode of transportation. There are more people on this than on any given plane. And we all just kind of brought our bags on, and there was no metal detector screening. Yeah. What the hell? And it's only because something terrible hadn't happened yet.
I think arguably it's more dangerous to be on a train to Philly than the likelihood that a terrorist attack will happen while you're on the train.
I'm just saying, like, this is, I feel vulnerable. And this is all about weighing the security of having gone through security versus the mental toll of, for kids, going into school where they're going to learn where you're children, you're young, you're underage, and you have to go through a metal detector because you are going into what we're trying not to make a war zone, but reminding you that some of your classmates are very dangerous.
Right. Look, some of their classmates were definitely dangerous in the 1990s when a lot of these programs and these surveillance techniques were, applied to these schools. But the question is, do we continue amping up our police state, or do we do something to solve the issue of violence in this country? Do we do something to solve the ease of getting weapons in this country? Like, I feel like instead of focusing on the fundamental issues, we're trying to mitigate these problems by allowing authorities to have even more power over us. I don't want any student to have to go through a security line every single day before they go to class.
I don't know.
I don't want them to spend an hour waiting in line to get into school. That's a deterrent from going to school.
Listen, I travel a lot, and at a certain point, I don't even pay attention to it. You know, the more I do it, the less each individual instance. Like, you can tell at airports, the people who've never done this before, they're like, I've got to do what? Got to take off my belt? I've never done that before. Shoes, where are we? But the more you do it, I don't know what happens. Because for me at the airport, it's just like, all right, I gotta I can leave my iPad in, take my computer out, but like, this is just a small portion of that travel experience.
I think the issue here is more about the gun culture or the violent culture of America rather than whether these kids should be protected by metal detectors or not. Because from what I understand, or when I was reading this article, I thought, okay, I don't think this is actually going to ever help ever help in an active shooter situation where like someone comes in and like starts shooting up the school. However, I think this would possibly protect students from harming one another, especially young kids that are emotional, that have easy access to possibly getting weapons or guns. And I think, and as someone who went to school in a different country, I went to a public school in Turkey, and I've seen a gun at school. I've had a knife pulled on me, and the way like I've dealt with it in my past is drastically different than what happens in American schools and what I see.
Well, how did you deal with it? What did you do?
I literally walked home. I like tried to level with him. We had a fight. He beat my ass with all of his friends, and then I got up and I left and I walked all the way home. I would walk home at this time. And I was like talking to him like he didn't know where I lived. So I was like, yo, man, just like, no, it's fine. Let's not. He's like, no, I'm going to like fuck you up. I'm going to kill you. It's like, no, it's fine. And then I got all the way to my house and my mom was waiting outside. This is before cell phones. My mom was waiting outside because she was worried that I had not come back home for the longest time. She's like, there's something going on. And she screamed at the kid. Didn't know he had a knife. Screamed at the kid and like made him run away. Next day I told the principal. He didn't even get kicked out of school. He just got publicly humiliated. And then like they like, grabbed his ear a little bit in front of everyone.
Well,
and he cried.
Corporal punishment.
Turkey's
Do
a
it.
little different from the U.S.
I
don't know
understand.
if I want to rely on measures like
All
that.
I'm
Weird,
saying
'cause,
is,
like,
but there's
where
a
the
difference
shootings
in
happen in
culture.
suburban ass areas. Like that's what's so weird. Is like
That's one
we're
other
protecting
part.
kids against and the
Ear
presumption
protection?
is you're protecting kids against Haas's mom pulling their ear, but you're also protecting kids against like just daily violence amongst each other on a daily basis. Like I don't want people to have knives at school because they're going to disagree, and I'd rather they disagree and punch each other than disagree and stab each other.
Yeah, especially
That's
when
what this
adults are
is.
violent towards one another. Like you can't have control over emotionally, like hormonal teenagers going through all this troubling time where like everyone's making fun of one another, and accidents or severe violence can happen if they have access to knives and guns.